and I'm at Persimmon orchard. So this is a fruit known as persimmon, and this is in Northern California in the United States. I believe in some countries this is also known as the Japanese fruit. You can see that there is still quite a bit of fruit on the trees, because persimmon goes to the fresh market, and there's a very limited window, which is generally from the beginning of December until end of December. And after December or in the beginning of January, depending upon the weather, and the fruit gets damaged with the frost, and or generally gets overripe. So this year, because of the COVID, the fresh market was not able to absorb most of the fruit, so that's why there are a lot of fruit is still on the tree. Most of it is like still edible. It's not overripe. Some is, and one thing is sure, that right now this fruit is very sweet and very delicious. I think if we can do a little more thinning of the fruit, like remove these larger bunches or keep it a little thin, you get much better size. But this orchard doesn't get much attention. The rainy season is from mid-November till end of February, and that's when the grass grows pretty heavily in the orchards, because there's not any leaves on the tree, and ideal condition for winter grass to get maximum sun and water to grow. And sometime in the February we will start cleaning up the orchards, doing the pruning of the trees. And as you can see that there are some of these vertical branches. Yeah, these will get pruned, and then all the fruit will be on the ground, will decompose, and will become nutrients for the tree for the next growing season. Other than fresh market, and that's pretty much this fruit is. So, and that's why there are not that many orchards of this fruit. Let me show you some of the largest clumps of the fruit. I'm sure birds are pretty happy, because it's a soft and it's sweet, and there are a lot of birds on the trees, so it's a good thing. The persimmon fruit has, you can see that they have a little bit of white little protective layer on them. It's kind of like a little powdery, but once cleaned, it is very shiny and a very tough skin, and very smooth, tough skin. Skin is edible, but I generally prefer not eating skin. And another good thing about a persimmon is there's no seed inside. and it's just once you remove skin, and the whole thing is edible. And some persimmon, some fruit, they may have one seed. I would say is less than 5%, and but normally there's no seed. And here's how this fruit looks like from inside, and it is quite soft. You can see that there's no seed, and it's just sweet flesh. All right, so next to the persimmon there is a kiwi orchard, and let me show you how the kiwi orchard looks like. Kiwi is picked. There are just few small fruits are still on the vines. So you can see the kiwi is not really a tree. It's a native to New Zealand, but it grows very well in Northern California. And there are not too many orchards of kiwi either, because again, this is a fresh fruit market, and you can't really grow at a very large scale because you need to have absorption of the fruit. You can see that it's this is a about 20-year-old plant, and they need a support. So these are supported by this wooden post, and every year the branches get pruned, so to leave only few branches, and that produce quality large size fruit. So I think this year these branches, most of them will be again trimmed again, and the new one will grow, and those will develop fruit. And I think I'll show you with the kiwi, there's you always need a male plant after every few plants for pollination. Yeah, there's a male next to it. Yeah, you can see that. Yeah, this the larger plant is male, and it is pruned a little bit, but not like the rest of them. So there's no fruit on the male plant, obviously. And yeah, let me show you some of the kiwi fruit still hanging on the yes, this fruit is still very good, and it's firm, even though yeah, a little bit soft. It is should be ready to eat. So the kiwi fruit I have seen in some other countries, which is mostly imported from outside, and it is not very tasty. It's very tart, not very sweet, and mainly because it was picked way too early. And so a lot of people may not know the true uh, flavor and taste of the fruit because they have not seen the fully ripened fruit. And it is a little bit tart, but it's like orange, like citrus. It is a sweet. Okay, this is another male plant. Its branches are a little bit longer because there's no need to prune them.